Hello, and on this episode I'll be talking about where to pre-order your games from. On single player games it doesn't really matter if a game comes a few days late. It's annoying, yes, but not the end of the world. However, when a major online game comes out, such as a new MMO, then the last thing you want is your pre-order game to arrive late or not at all. You've counted down the years, months, weeks and days. Everything is set up, you have arranged to play with friends as soon as the game goes live. You could have booked time off work, and then, on the day you're meant to get your pre-order, it doesn't come. This is a disaster. Never mind the extreme disappointment, frustration and anger you feel. It would stop your friends playing if they waited for you to get it, but more likely would just carry on leveling without you and would have to leave you behind. The whole point of getting MMO is to play it with friends, but because the game didn't come in time, you now have to level up alone, where the quests are harder to do solo and take more time. You can't experience or share the same moments with your friends, you have to rush everything to try and catch up, and as a result the game is less enjoyable. It's stressful and your whole experience has been ruined because your pre-order didn't arrive on time. I know because this has happened to me many times, and from my own experiences I'm going to share with you which companies are the most reliable. These are the 6 main places where I've pre-ordered or purchased games from, and these are the experiences I've had with them. Now the fastest and most reliable way to pre-order is digital download. You can normally download the game days before release, and when it does go live you can play it that very night to get a head start, if you can actually log in. You also get reassurance knowing the game is already installed, and this saves you stress of thinking, will the game turn up in time? However, the downside of digital download is that it's normally more expensive than a physical copy, and of course you don't get any physical items such as maps, statues, artwork, etc. Also, as you don't get a disc, if you format or change your computer, you'll have to spend hours downloading the entire game again if it doesn't come as a full client download that you can back up the first time you download it. Yes, digital download is the most reliable, and if you're not bothered about getting any physical items or the downsides I've pointed out, then this is a way to go for you. However, if you're somebody who wanted physical items, such as the ones you would receive in the collector's edition, then it's simply not possible this way. And for this limitation of not supplying everything you can get in the boxed version, I'm going to have to exclude digital download and just concentrate on the retailers that supply physical boxed versions. I normally buy physical games anyway, simply because it's cheaper and it's faster to reinstall. And if it's a single player game that I don't have to register, I can sell it on after I've played it and get some money back to buy a new one. Plus a few times I've actually wanted a collector's edition with all the unique physical items, the only way I could get that is with a boxed physical version. So which one of these companies can you trust? In 5th place is Zavvi. On Sunday the 1st of July 2012 I pre-ordered the MMO The Secret World from Zavvi. I decided late which version to buy and where to get it from. The game was going live in 3 days and I didn't mind starting it a few days after launch. I checked my order Monday and the status said waiting to be dispatched. I checked again on Tuesday and it was still waiting to be dispatched, so I sent them an email asking why they haven't sent it out yet, but got no reply. The status Wednesday was still waiting to be dispatched, so I sent them 2 more emails but got no reply. That afternoon I tried several times to cancel my order, but they refused as it was waiting to be dispatched. So I phoned up customer service to cancel, and she said she would contact the warehouse to try and cancel my order. Later that day I checked my order status to find it had not been cancelled or dispatched. On Thursday I checked my order status and still the order was waiting to be dispatched. On Friday the 6th, I finally get a reply from them saying that the game was sent out on the 5th. I email them back and say it's too late, that because they hadn't sent the game out in time, I'd missed a deadline to enter the game product code to get any of the pre-order items. I had had enough. It had took 4 days just to post the game, so who knows how many more it'd take for the game to come. I wouldn't get the pre-order items anymore, so I decided not to play it if it did come. I was sick of dealing with Zavvi, so I decided to contact PayPal for a refund. Then I informed Zavvi of this. I did this because I knew if the game did come, then that would leave me with a problem of sending it back, and if it got lost in the post, Zavvi wouldn't receive it, they wouldn't refund me the money, and I'd lose the £33 I paid for it. Plus, not knowing if I'd get my money back would cause me stress and worry for weeks. All this for a game I tried to cancel in the first place just because of their failing systems. It took a week for the game finally to arrive. Xavi didn't even bother replying to the PayPal claim, so PayPal refunded me my money back. Later I contacted Xavi to tell him about other problems I've had and to file a complaint. On the 23rd I had to go down to the post office to post the game back to them, and then on the 1st of August they get back to me and say they haven't received the game yet and they have to wait 10 days. And that's the last I heard from them. They never said if they did receive the game back, or bother saying sorry about a complaint I put in. It took 12 days to get my pre-order, 10 emails sent by me, 1 phone call, 7 emails sent by them, several cancellation attempts, 1 claim to PayPal, 1 trip to the post office, a great deal of stress and anger, and over a month to sort all this out. Pre-ordering from Xavi stopped me playing that game, and that was the first, last and only time I pre-ordered from them. And my impressions of them after all this is that they couldn't care less about your pre-order. In 4th place is Amazon. On Tuesday the 12th of January 2010, I pre-ordered a copy of Star Trek Online Gold Edition. Now Amazon was one of the very few places that was offering an in-game Borg crewman that I wanted, so I had to order it from them. On the 15th I received an email confirming the terms of my pre-order. It said, only customers that have pre-ordered before midnight the 7th of January 2012 will receive 2 codes. One for early access and the other for the Borg Bridge Officer. What the hell, I never saw a cut-off date when I pre-ordered, and their website was still showing that you would receive a Borg Officer. This was going to totally script my plans to buy a lifetime subscription, as I had to have a beta key to gain access to buy it. So I contacted Amazon back, saying that every other retailer, including Amazon US, was still sending out beta codes, and Amazon UK was the only one who wasn't. I checked the Star Trek Online forum, and many other people were having the same problem with Amazon. I then noticed that Cursed are offering Star Trek beta keys, but only to premium members, so to get one I was forced to pay for membership. I tried the key but it didn't work. As I found out later, it had to be a retail beta key. I then had to contact Cryptic Studios back and forth with proof of my purchase, and in the end they sorted it out and I bought my lifetime subscription. I then go to the Amazon website to check on my order, and to my shock find that the order description has been changed and the Borg Officer has now been removed. So I had to contact Amazon back again and ask if they can confirm I still get it. They said I would not be getting a beta key, which I already knew, but yes, I would be receiving a Borg Officer. And finally, everything was sorted. I went all out and purchased every pre-order item bonus code I could get from eBay, so I had absolutely everything I could get. But then, on the 3rd of Feb, 2 days before the game is meant to be released, I get an email from Amazon. Unfortunately, due to unseen supply issues, Amazon UK were not receiving enough stock to fulfill all of our pre-orders for this title. For this reason, this item has been cancelled from your pre-order and you've not been charged for it. Are you kidding me? After all that, I've paid a fortune for everything else, and they cancel my order at the last minute, so I'm not even be able to get the Borg Officer. As you might guess, I was a little angry at that point, but because I already spent so much money on the game, I had to search the web for hours to see if I could get another gold edition with a Borg Bridge Officer. I managed to find a European company selling one. It cost a lot more, but it had the Borg crewman. I got it, done, finally I can relax. The next day I had a call from Amazon customer support. They told me that they had sold out of a gold edition, but they still could send me the code for the Borg Bridge Officer that day. I was grateful for that, but still angry, and this call actually caused more stress, because now do I cancel the gold edition I purchased from the other company, or wait to see if Amazon sends me the code so I can add it to the second digital download version of the game I purchased for its extra items. So I waited to receive the code, and waited, but nothing. I emailed Amazon back again asking where the code was, and that this was yet another letdown from them. At this point I was angry, I'd had enough of the whole thing, and I was completely drained after spending weeks sorting all this out. Amazon did send me the Borg code in the end, so I didn't need the gold edition for my EU company, so I arranged to return it, but it got lost in the post, and by the time the game went live I'd just managed to sort everything out. Okay, never mind the fiasco with the beta and Borg codes. The thing that pissed me off the most is after I purchased the gold edition, Amazon still advertised and sold it for days if not weeks afterwards. They must have sold thousands after mine, but I was the one who was picked not to get it. This pre-order took 3 weeks to sort out. 9 emails sent by me, 11 back from them in 1 phone call, a cursed premium membership, 1 trip to the post office, 1 game lost in the post, a lot of anger and stress, and they cancelled my order at the last minute. To Amazon's credit, they did phone me up about the Borg officer code and send me a gift certificate about a cancelled order, which showed they cared a bit. In third place is Play.com. Now there's nothing really bad about them, apart from that they always take 4 to 5 days to deliver your pre-order to you, and by that time you've missed the launch of a game and several days gameplay. There are no big nasty surprises with them, it just always takes that long to deliver it to you. So if you do pre-order from Play, you're going to have to accept that it's going to be late. In second place is Game. Now this company did a good job in sending your game out in time. They usually send it a few days before launch, so you will get it on the day of its release, instead of sending it on the day of its release like some companies do, so it doesn't come days late. Every pre-order I received from them was on time before their financial problems, but afterwards I pre-ordered Diablo 3 and that arrived 1 day late. Not a huge problem, but it did spoil their record. Also in the past, when I've had to phone them up about a problem, their customer service people haven't been very helpful. That of course means that in first place, and a retailer Nooblets recommends you to buy your games from, is shop2.net. I've used these guys for many years, and on every pre-order they've been flawless. Every single game I've pre-ordered has arrived on, or even sometimes before, its release date. When I order a box game, this company is the only one that I'm 100% sure will get it to me on time. These guys are not a warehouse that just sends a game out like every other product they sell. They are more of a retailer for gamers who know how important it is for you to get your game on time. So congratulations to shop2.net and keep up the good work. Remember, these are just my experiences, so if you had similar or different ones, please let us know in the comments box below. Don't forget to like this page and subscribe. Thanks for watching and goodbye.